Hello and good evening, everybody. So here it is, Sunday afternoon. Yesterday morning during our live lecture, you heard me kind of talk about that I do some kinds of book reviews. And I didn't want to be remiss in giving you at least a little bit. Now, my focus on these book reviews are going to be on the intelligence analysis side. You kind of already have a definitive forensics books. And yes, there are a lot of forensics type books out there. And I would say that whether it is specific to blood splatter, it's to DNA technology, tool marks, so on and so forth, to even include digital forensics. Now you're getting into the cyber aspect. I'm not going to be talking about those today, although I do have some coming up soon. So I want to hit three books that, if you're interested on knowing more about intelligence analysis and kind of almost specific to crime analysis rather than the national security side of the house, like counterterrorism, so on and so forth for intelligence. These are specific to crime analysis. So the first one, this was published late last year, early this year. And it is really good. Deborah Osborne, she is a retired intelligence analyst from the federal government, but she is also a crime analyst. And she wrote this book. It is a reference book. It is really, if you ever want to get into things that you really need to understand as a crime analyst, and this would go towards crime scenes, so on and so forth. It's The Elements of Crime Patterns. Really a great book. I know the author. I've met her, I think, once. But I've talked to her. I as soon as this was published, I went and bought it. I read through it in just a matter of a couple of days. And as you can see, I already bookmarked at least one, but I've highlighted other areas. It is a wonderful, wonderful reference book. She actually even has, you see kind of bibliography in there where it leads you to other places. She even has the URLs. It's wonderful, and it is complete. These are kind of like check in the box. I know many of you are probably like, oh, I really wish I would have had this before the course, before some of my other courses started, that you could really be talking about many of this stuff in there. So she's also a member of the International Association of Law Enforcement Intelligence Analysts. That's a great organization to belong to. They even have certifications for certified in criminal intelligence analysts. But then there is this book. Again, this is a great book, Exploring Crime Analysis. It is the reading essentials. It is actually published by the International Association of Crime Analysts. I am actually on the curriculum board. So any of the trainings, as you can see, I highly recommend this due to the fact that this is a wonderful book that I would use for referencing as well. It too comes with, and if you can kind of take a look there, you can see the websites and terminology, and it really does help you. It even talks about some of the stuff where you can get free software, social networking for crime analysts, so on and so forth. Again, a book that I would highly recommend adding to your repertoire if you are interested on, how to do crime analysis. And then the other book, and you probably heard me talk about it every once in a while in my videos, I will throw out the term structured analytic techniques. Now, for intelligence analysis, this is everything from devil's advocate, analysis of competing hypotheses, and brainstorming techniques, so on and so forth. Originally, Richards, Hewer, and Randolph Fearson wrote this. This is actually the second edition. They actually just produced the third edition. I just didn't pull it off my shelf. I've got the first, second, and third. Now, it's I would say if I did the right thing by buying first edition, second edition, third edition. Why? Because they even tell you they add and they take away certain structured analytic techniques, or SATs. Intelligence analysts around the globe utilize this. And it's a way to strip bias, whether implicit or explicit bias, assumptions, preconceptions. It takes away, it really kind of helps you hone in on getting the facts and putting the facts out there without any kind of conjecture or assumptions that you may have. And it rolls you right through each individual model, which is wonderful. Again, if I were to all of a sudden hear from someone saying, hey, this is a really good book, I would then say, well, do I need the first, second, and third editions? I would say yes, because they just don't keep adding to it. They've even said from the first edition to the second edition, they swap some things out. So you get more of a complete and combined by the time you get to the third edition. So those are the three that I have. I mean, I have, if you're really interested in intelligence analysis from the military standpoint, or even just from, well, not military necessarily, but from the federal side of the house doing intelligence, and really getting into the psychology. You can also look up, and you can get it for free off of the CIA's website, is the Psychology of Intelligence Analysis. It's a PDF. If you just Google search Psychology of Intelligence Analysis and the word "and" in capital letters, CIA, it'll take you to the Centers for Intelligence Studies at CIA.gov, and you can download that PDF for free. It was originally released, I think, in 1996 or 1999, and they republished it again. So there actually is a newer version out there as well, some updated. And that, too, was written by Richard Hewer. He was a phenomenal national security intelligence analyst. So with that, I hope that this has really kind of helped you understand a little bit more of where maybe you can get more knowledge and information from books. Take care.